All right, so this video is about when you go through the journey. It's usually people that have more than like 5 symptoms, right? Like me, I had 70. In the beginning, my OCD, anxiety, what if thoughts were, like anybody else's. They're annoying, they're alarms. But the more I recovered physically, the more the brain doesn't know how to get your attention because, well, it knows how. But it's the alarms that it's sent, and you've turned off the physical alarms, right? That's why it moves around and you get new symptoms, old symptoms, right? And then when you start healing this physical stuff, it starts to lift. All these symptoms start to lift. The physical ones, it starts to switch and shift to the mental alarms because it needs to get your attention still, because your baseline isn't set yet. It hasn't set to a lower new baseline, which is the calm one. I just took my dogs out for a run, so they're huffing and puffing. What's up, Lemmy? That's Lemmy. There's Dolly. They're looking at the other dogs. So for the people that have a handful of symptoms or 2 handfuls, when you start healing physically, the brain is going to shift to overdrive when it comes to the mental alarms, and it's going to get insane. Like, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? And I want to make sure you know this ahead of time, so that when it happens, you'll be like, okay, all right, because it's fucking brutal. There's this lady with 3 dogs that decided to play with her dogs near my dog and throw all these balls around, and it's driving them crazy. Yeah. She loves balls, man. She can't. It's like her crack. She needs to run after them. Look at her. Focused. While I'm trying to make a video. It's always like that. When I try to, do something, I always get cock blocked somehow. Oh, why not just come right up to the truck? Why not just throw 80 balls by my... Dolly's losing her mind. She's actually calm. Well, because we ran for like a half hour, so she's still got a little energy left in her. All right, I'll be back. It's like the universe is trying to fuck with me. I've noticed that when the universe does that, let's say, you're trying to listen to something, and the universe will have a car driving by. You try, you rewind it and you play it again. Like if I'm listening to an Audible or something, and then it'll be like, "Oh, hi, how's it going? A beautiful day. Yeah, I'm just trying to listen to this fucking thing. Fuck off." And then I realize that sometimes the universe does that because it wants you to really, really pay attention to that one part. So you'll rewind it 10 times, and then you'll wait, and then you'll really listen to it, and you'll be like, "Okay, what was that? Oh, okay." Anyway, back to the OCD, the relentless OCD that you're gonna go through. And some people won't go through this, and good for them. You're lucky. It's amazing. And usually it's those people that don't have that many symptoms. They have 1 or 2, right? So your baseline isn't as high. The brain doesn't get as desperate to send alarms critically. It doesn't go, we need to find, we need to have some certainty. We're either fighting or fleeing. We're either, we need an answer. It needs certainty. So what's the answer? Where we fight or flight, fight or flight. So when you take away the targets, these alarms, and you get rid of them, they're gone, then the brain becomes desperate. Then it's like, okay, now my supply is limited. I have half the alarms now, so I'm still perceiving danger. The baseline is still, it's maybe not at a 10, but it's at a 7, and we need to keep him alive still, because there's still lions walking around. They might not be on his back, but they're walking around, right? And he's not really paying attention anymore. He's just kind of walking by them, right? And we can't have that. So it has to utilize the supply that it has left over. So how does it do that? Well, it uses OCD to get you to scan for danger. And I love. He decides to drink some water. All right, you're taking a break from the water? Okay. The limbic system, your brain decides to utilize what it has and it ramps it up, right? So your OCD, and this is a good sign. If you notice that your OCD is skyrocketing, it means you're doing the work. It means you're recovering, you're moving forward, because the limbic system does not like change. If it knows that you're alive, it stays there, right? It creates neural pathways, right? And it wants to stay put. It doesn't care if you're suffering, right? It throws on alarms first and asks questions later. It wants to make sure the most important thing is that you're alive. And if it's, if you're in a state and you start changing shit around, it goes, whoa, no. Alarms, alarm. What the fuck's going on? No. The limbic system does not like this. Because it doesn't trust you yet, right? It's still taking the front seat. It's still driving. And it's starting to ramp up the OCD. And it doesn't like change. So it ramps up the OCD and it becomes relentless. Like second by second, actually millisecond by millisecond, right? You're doing the methods, right? You're allowing, but it's just, you're gonna be overwhelmed either way. It's just something you gotta go through. It's gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be, normally you have one thought, and another thought, allow, let it go like a balloon, and we engage, right? You do the one, right? It becomes a musical, right? One thought, two thoughts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thoughts, right? But then when it ramps up what it has, it's 50 thoughts, 60 thoughts, right? And you can literally feel the pressure in your head. The OCD is going, thoughts. You're allowing. You're like Total Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Total Recall. And it's like you're in a shit show. You're drowning in OCD thoughts. You're like, allow. Right? It's that fucking crazy. And if it's happening to you now, good, keep going. This is the prime time. Remember this word. This is prime time to pounce on it. This is prime time to embrace, dance, enjoy it. Don't white knuckle through. Don't survive through this motherfucker. These are golden opportunities. You need them. Because when you do the work in this time, when you pounce during this time, this is like a perfect deer that you're hunting. This is the golden nugget. Right? This is what you're going after. This is your target, the mama target, the big target. When your OCD and your anxiety is relentless and it's fucking brain fucking you, this is the opportunity where you pounce on it, you trust, you sit in that fear, and you allow it, and you ask for more, and you start fucking, you put on some music, you start dancing. Right? You go against the grain, you start dancing. Your brain's telling you you're dying. You need to go to the hospital, you got this, blah, 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 80 symptoms, 80 diseases, and you can't think straight. But this is the prime time where you go against the grain, you pounce, you sit into the 1000% trust, and you lay into it. You lean into it. You go, yeah, I like that. You like that? I love that. Give me more. Come on. Oh yeah, it feels like I'm going fucking crazy right now. Give me fucking more. Let's see what this can fucking do. And while you're thinking this, remember what I said in the background. Remember all the shit that I said. And use that as reassurance that you're doing the fucking work. So if your anxiety and your fucking OCD skyrockets, good. You're doing the work. You're doing a fucking amazing job. And yes, it's fucking hard. And this is why I made this video. The problem with this, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to do anything to you. It's just that it sucks. It's fucking horrible. It feels like shit. You don't like it. It's fucking, you're suffering. You're going fucking crazy, right? Not literally crazy, but it feels like you're going fucking crazy, right? And I want to emphasize that so that when you experience it, you won't quit. Because that's the last thing you want to do. And you're going to come to this stage where you're going to be like, I got to stop this. What's helmet getting me into? What is this program about? What is this? Am I going to go? You're going to have what if thoughts. Is this going to stay like this forever? Am I going to fucking, right? Am I going to be like, it's going to feel like that. And that brings on more anxiety, right? And then it brings your fucking alarms up to the roof, your baseline goes up, and then you're going to be looping on that. We want you to only suffer as much as you need to suffer, right? But the OCD, when it ramps up, it's going to suck. There's no way around it. You got to go through it, and it could drag on for a while. Took me, well, I went through the resisting part of it, which was hell. Fucking hell. But now you guys won't have to resist anymore because you're learning the methods right here, right now, with all the other videos. And a lot of you already seen my videos, so you know the methods. You just gotta, it's like a muscle you gotta exercise. You'll get better at it. You'll become a pro at it, right? And for the new people that are, learning not to resist, to allow, right? Those are for the other videos. Anyway, I'm making this video because I don't want people to start doing the work, and as soon as the shit show happens, because it will, when the OCD ramps up, I don't want people to panic too much, because you don't need to. No extra panic needed, just a normal amount of panic, right? And stick to the path. This is the important part. When shit gets hard, that's when you go even harder, right? So when that happens, remember this video and watch it. It's gonna hit you in so many ways. You're gonna be like, oh fuck, this makes so much sense what he's saying. Oh my god, I'm feeling, holy fuck, I actually feel pressure here, and it's just relentless every second. Oh my god. And you're gonna laugh. You might even feel a little bit high. You might feel like you're in a brain fog. You're in a fog, and there's pressure. I felt pressure here on the right side of my body. I felt a little bit of weakness. I felt like a tickling sensation through my body. It was like my brain was going through all the layers of the onion, right? And this is what healing's all about. This is what changing the program's all about. People assume that when you do a program to heal, that healing means right? When actually healing is it's a nightmare. I wonder if somebody down the street heard me. They're probably like, what the fuck is going on, man? Nowadays, fucking people are crazy. I'm not calling him for any carpet jobs. Anyway, recovery, you're going to suffer through it. It's just the way it goes. And I had not only just a normal year, right, ramping up the suffering, but for another 8 months was OCD heaven. I mean, hell, but constant for 8 months. Just so you know, if you're like going through it, if you're like in the 5th month, you're like, oh my God, am I going too long? Is this too long? Is this going to stay? Just remember, I add another 3 months. That's normal. That should give you a little reassurance, right? Because sometimes you need little reassurance nuggets, right? That when you're going through this shit, don't worry. You're going to come out, and there'll be time when you get your brain back, and you're going to have relief. Things are going to get quiet. The OCD is going to fucking slow down. And what happens when you get to the tail end of recovery, what happens, it will ramp up again. But really fucking, like, higher than you could ever imagine. You can't even imagine it going higher than it before. Right before you recover, it goes massive spike. Like, you have the normal spikes that are fucking hell. This makes hell jealous, right? Near the end, there's a spike that goes fucking insane. Oh, Lemmy spilt his water. That's okay. Right? Near the end, it fucking gives it one last pull, and you've been doing the methods. At that point, you'll be a pro at it. But you're going to be going, what's with this last pull? Right? Because that's the big system doing. So doing one last pull, and it's triple checking. For the millionth time, it's giving it one last, let's check. Just make sure. And you're going to, by then, you're a pro. You have no other choice but just to keep doing the methods. And then things lift up. You're in the front seat of your brain again. You're steering, right? The thoughts are minimal. The OCD starts to slow down. At this point, it's a joke. At this point, you tell yourself, you know what? If I have OCD at this level for the rest of my life, I'd be happy, right? And then it goes way even better, more and easier. And then you forget you don't have OCD anymore. Now you're normal. And then a year later, that year, right when you recovered, you're like, oh, I feel pretty normal. you find out that a year into the future, normal that you thought was normal wasn't actually normal. It's a better normal. It's even more calm. It's insane. You keep going deeper and deeper. That's why I say stick to this path, because recovery is not enough. You want to restore. You want to go. Let's see where you can go. Let's see how you can feel, right? Anyway, I'm getting a little off track. So the OCD will become relentless. It's going to be the scariest thing in the world. You're going to think, I'm going crazy right now. What the fuck have I done? I wish I could go back 2 months. You know, you're going to wish you never tried to heal yourself. But think about it this way. You're not taking any supplements. You're not taking any poisonous medications. You're not doing anything weird. All you're doing is you're doing visualizations. Nothing wrong with that. You're bringing up your vibration. You're elevating, right? You're pushing yourself to get out there and think greater than you feel. You're responding to your alarms in the right method, the right way. So there's nothing, that's doing you any harm. It's just recovery and healing and reprogramming. It will feel like it. All right? So trust me on this. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. Watch this video. I had to do that. I remember I used to watch Michelle Kavanagh. She's like an anxiety expert, and I got a lot of my information from her, Claire Weeks, and the Dare app, and through my own experiences, right? Sometimes when you're in the middle of the thickness of it, I would have my bookmark or my go-to videos that I would watch for that reassurance to pull me out of the other end. Because you're in the middle of it, it's hell, you're in the thick of it, and you need to have those little nuggets of reassurance to pull you out to the other end. That's where some of these other programs, they don't do that. They just leave you out to sea. And with me, make note of some of the videos so that when you go through the shitstorm and it happens to you, you have these videos as a reassurance golden nugget, and it'll pull you through, right? And then after it pulls you through, when it happens again, for whatever it is, if it's anxiety or a symptom or a what if thought or whatever that we're dealing with in this journey, you'll be able to come back, get the golden nugget reassurance, and pull through. And then when it happens again, like I was saying earlier, when it happens again, this is where you become your own guide. You won't need to go in my video. You'll be like, oh, I experienced this before. Okay, I've been there before. I know this is going to happen. It's fucking hilarious. I think it's funny, right? And then you have the trust and the confidence, and you become superhuman, right? It's like you become an ascended master in your physical self. It's incredible. You go through these stages and you evolve, and then you become the leader. You become the guy that's in charge, which is what a program should teach you to do. Sometimes you need the videos to give that reassurance nugget so you can get through it until you're able to take over. And that's what I hope to do. I hope to teach people, to put them on training wheels so they learn the methods, the proper methods, but eventually they take the training wheels off and they become their own guides so that they never need a program again. They never have to be dependent on these programs or these gurus. They'll know what to do, and you'll be able to teach others.